Hello and welcome to Mum to Millionaire. This is the place if you want to get motivated and finally take action on your dreams. I'm doing one of those unedited, uncut, really raw videos today. You can even hear my fire alarm or whatever, the smoke alarm, whatever it is. But I just think this is so important and it's just on my mind. And I want more people to do this and realise that positivity always wins. And I think it's the reason enough of us aren't doing this is because it's easier to moan, it's easier to make excuses, and it's easier to be negative. And I know you might think, oh Veena, I'm not negative, but the majority of people, the default setting in all of us as humans, it always goes to the negative. It's never seeing the positive, the happiness in situations. And you've got to practice it. And you have to think of it like our brain is a muscle. We've got to practice positivity every single day. If you miss out a few days, you have not trained that brain, and then you start falling. You haven't trained your brain, you haven't trained that muscle, and you start falling into the same old bad routines and you start making bad choices. And to kind of emphasize this point, I want to talk about when I used to be in an abusive relationship. I was making literally no money. And when I mean no money, there was one year a few years ago when I made £250 in the whole year. Not £250 in a month. I made £250 in 12 months, and there was just a lot going on emotionally. My son wasn't behaving at school, and what I was doing was I was only focusing on the bad things, even though I've always been a really happy and positive person and I do always see the good in situations. What I was doing is that I was only focusing on the bad. So I would focus on my ex and I would always moan and say, I mean, I don't want to call it moaning, but I would always just focus on, why has he not come on time to pick his son up? Why hasn't he even turned up? Why does he not care? Why is this happening to me? Why can I not make any money? I've always known I've had potential and this untapped talent, and even back then it was that question of why? Why is my life like this? But now what I do is I always focus on the positives. And it's true, positivity attracts positivity. It might take a few days, it might take a few months, it may take a year, but the more positive you can be every day, you will attract positive people into your life, positive situations. Just what you want in life, you can achieve it, but you've got to shift your mindset. You need to start working on yourself. And even now in my life, yes, negative things still happen, like today. And I shouldn't be saying this personal stuff on YouTube, but the reason I do it is in the hope that it helps you, and in the hope that if you are watching my videos, if you're watching other people on YouTube, if you're on Instagram and you're thinking, wow, they've got it sorted, they're so positive, they're so happy, nothing wrong is happening in their life. The reason why it might seem like that is because I'm making a choice. And you need to start making that choice in your life. I'm making the choice to focus on good things, to focus on the positive, to focus on what I do have instead of what I don't have, okay? Today, as an example, my ex was supposed to come at 12 o'clock and he ended up coming 4 hours later. Now, the old Veena would go into this downward spiral and I would get angry, I would start shouting, I would take it out on my son, I would, shout at him and get angry with him, constantly calling and texting, where are you? Because I would be getting so emotional and angry because I would just look at my son and think, this poor child, why does his dad do this to him? But when it happened today, I feel nothing. I just accept the situation. And if anything negative is happening in your life, you need to understand. Oh, this bit of hair. Sorry, let me move my hair out of the way. You need to understand that you can't control other people, but you can control how you react. So I can't control what my ex does. I can't control that he's coming later and he's late, he doesn't come on time. But I have the choice and I have the control in how I react to him. So instead of me getting angry with him today and making my day bad and negative, I still had a great day with my son. We still went out, we still played nicely together, and I just accepted the situation. So that's what I want you to try in your life. If there's someone very negative in your life, please remember this. You can't control them. And no matter how hard you try, you can't change them. They are only ever going to change when they want to. And the sad thing is, sometimes they might never change. But you can't get upset about that. You need to concentrate on yourself. And trust me, I have been doing this now for the last 2 years or so. I'm just consistently working on myself. Every day, I'm just flooding my mind with positivity. And if something does happen and I don't react in the right way or how I want to react, I'll sit down with myself and I analyze that situation. And I'm like, Veena, why did you get angry? Or why did you shout at your son? Or why did you shout at this person? I don't really shout at that many people. I just really shout at my son and my ex. But I will sit down with myself rather than blaming the other person. I would be like, right, why did I react like that? And I focus on making myself a better person. I focus on my mind and making myself more positive. And trust me, the more positive and happy that you can be, it's going to be harder for people to drag you down. It's going to be so hard when, you know, if you start a YouTube channel, for example, and someone writes a hurtful comment. Before, when someone used to write mean comments, I would cry. I would think about that comment for the whole day, and it would really affect me. Now, when someone writes a horrible comment, I literally just ignore it, or I just feel sorry for them. It does not affect me at all anymore. And that's because I'm working on myself and I'm working on my mindset. So please always remember that positivity will always win, but treat it as a muscle. You've got to work on it every day. And what I'm doing at the moment is I'm going to put together like an audio, kind of like a course, an audio book that you can just listen to all the things that I personally do. I'm not trained in any mindset or anything like that, but I have changed a lot and I've been through a lot of different things in the past, and the way I react to things now is very different to when I was in an abusive relationship, to when I was crying and having these suicidal thoughts all the time. I'm a very different person now in terms of how I treat situations and how I treat myself. And I'm always learning every day. I'm not the finished article right here, but I just really hope these videos do help you in some way. And like I said, I'm putting this kind of audio course together on different ways, different techniques, different things I do personally every day to make myself more happy and more positive. And if you want that, I will, it's not out yet, but hopefully within the next week, you can actually pre-buy it if you want. Just click on the link right there. I'm going to charge £5 and I'm never going to put the price up, but it's going to be a proper course where I don't even want to call it a course, but it's kind of like an audio book thing that you can listen to. And I just want to pass on what I'm doing. And I really hope it will work for you as well, because it's working for me. And I just want you to figure out your own ways on how you can consistently remain happy and positive. So if you want to buy that for £5, I will link it there. And if you've never subscribed to this channel before, click there to subscribe, and there's another video for you over there somewhere as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be upping my YouTube content as well, a video every day in December, so please do subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.